Good morning. Well, hello, Sarah. Thank you very much for your question. So you have a 19-year-old who's begging and whining and begging and whining and begging and whining, and also won't take no for an answer, never. So at 19, we have higher expectations for our young people, and this can be quite demoralising as a parent because they go on and on and on and on, and eventually they wear you down. Because however patient you are, eventually you'll get to that point where you just can't take it anymore. And how soon you get to that point depends on you, but you get there at some point, and then it comes out you're either annoyed or you have a negative feeling about the child, or you get angry, quite honestly, and you start to explain to them that this just can't continue. And if it sounds like I know what I'm talking about, I do, because I had a child who was whining and whining. She was much younger though. Fortunately, she doesn't anymore, but I certainly empathise with you, Sarah. And of course, there's many reasons why he's doing this. So let's just have a look at that, because I think that you're asking, why is he doing it? Because in this short video, we can't really go into how to deal with it all. But at least if you can understand what's going on, then you've got a chance of addressing the issue in a way that's going to change something. So what's going on is lots and lots of frustration. Probably years of it. And of course you mentioned that he's been in foster care for years. Of course foster care can be a great thing for a child, but it can also be very disruptive if they're going to lots of different families. There's all sorts of things that can happen, and I'm sure you know all about that. So what I would say is that he's got a lot of frustration in his system, and clearly it's showing itself. But the fact that he's doing it with you, the fact that he is whining and begging, shows that he feels safe enough to express those vulnerable emotions, that vulnerable expression of whining, knowing that it's going to wind you up. So that is a positive spin to put on it. But it doesn't help you because you're still stuck in holding this behaviour that is demoralising for everybody and doesn't get him any further. So what we tend to do is we try and convince a child, especially someone of 19, you're going to try and convince him that this isn't going to continue, that he's going to have this punishment or this reward, or if he could just stop whining, and you're explaining away. Doesn't work. It might work for a moment. What you need to do is take up a relationship with his frustration. So what does that mean? Take up a relationship with his frustration. You're already frustrated. So first of all, you have to deal with your own before you can deal with his. And you look for where he's enormously frustrated and stressed and overwhelmed and struggles. And then you help him to get through it. Of course, that is what I teach my clients. Help them get through that. Help the parent to support the child to get through those frustrations, but that is the area I would focus on. It's holding him in that space that even though it's uncomfortable that you say that he has to get off the computer, it's 10 or 11 o'clock at night, you have to hold him in that space. You have to set the boundaries, probably boundaries that he hasn't had much of or that have been constantly changing in his life because of all the foster care and what else we don't know. So that's where I would focus on, understanding the begging and the whining being just a seeping out of all this frustration that's been building up, that he feels safe with you, that he can do it, and that he's actually not testing you. What he's doing is trying to release it, but he doesn't know how. And you know, he needs to be in sports, he needs to be getting his aggression out in a myriad of ways. But mostly he needs your support, and he needs you to understand what's going on. He needs you to understand him, even if he doesn't understand it. But that is the place I would start. Then if you want to jump on a call with me, I'll be more than happy to talk you through the rest of it. But that's where I would start. So fantastic. He's got a great place with you. He's got a family now that he's staying with. And I saw your picture on Facebook. You've got 2 lovely little girls, and he's got a gorgeous picture with him. That is your photo on Facebook. So great, and he's doing the best he can, and he's still young, even though he's 19. Lots of potential still for him to make changes and for you to help him with that. So Yeah, good luck. I hope that's helped a little bit, Sarah. Bye for now.